Nearly 300 people have died. The count can increase, is what we know. Injured patients, travelers, in fact, have been taken to 4 or 5 hospitals in the vicinity in Cuttack and Bhubaneswar. Indrajit Kundu has been on ground zero, getting us up to speed. Indrajit, get us the very latest as far as the rescue work is concerned. We've seen the pictures that have been put out by the NDRF as well. It does appear that more bodies have been retrieved. Any more information on the latest death toll?
Well, you know, the death toll is at 238, but it's likely to go up. And we are waiting for an official confirmation on that. However, you know, what we are given to understand is that most of the dead bodies from the location, the accident site, has been taken out. There are a few more that may be hidden there. They are using gas cutters because the entire debris is precariously mangled, and to get access into it requires time and effort, and that's exactly what the NDRF teams are doing since last night. But you know, overall we can say that the effort is slowly winding up, and we've seen a lot of VIP movement that has taken place since morning. Rail Minister Ashwini Vaishnav came in. He has ordered a high-level inquiry. The Chief Minister was here. Even West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee is on her way, and we are expecting her to arrive here any time now. And now we are hearing that Prime Minister Narendra Modi will also come to this location and see for himself the kind of tragedy that has struck the Indian railways, none like in recent times. So, you know, they are winding up the overall effort of bringing out the dead bodies. The dead bodies have been kept at a school. It's a temporary makeshift morgue that has been created. A few hundred dead bodies are lying there at a school. The fear is that if they are not dispatched and handed over to the families soon, they might start rotting and it might start stinking. So the administration clearly has a task cut out, and they will also have to identify those bodies, mind you, and then hand them over to their families. In fact, there are a lot of people who are at that morgue with photographs of their near and dear ones, trying to figure out which is the dead body. It's a terrible, terrible situation out here, Sneha, and something that will continue for some time. And to add to this entire thing is the weather. It's sultry, it's hot and humid, and the NDRF and the army teams are fighting it out in this heat just to clear the debris so that normal operations can start on the stretch which saw this fateful accident take place last night. Sneha.
Well, absolutely. Also, Indrajit is telling us that the rescue work essentially continues. Indrajit, we're also hearing that there are several people who are grievously injured. Give us an idea about how they are doing at this point in time.
Well, that's right. A lot of people are being treated at various hospitals across Odisha right now, and you know, and the death toll has gone up because a lot of them who were critically injured succumbed to their injuries. They didn't survive. So that fear is also there. So even though what the agencies are telling us that they might not be, you know, hopeful of any more bodies from the debris, but there is always this, this apprehension that those who are grievously injured, some of them might not survive.
Some of them may not survive. Hospitals have been taken to several, in fact, patients have been taken to several hospitals around Balesore, given that there are 900 people who have been injured. The Prime Minister has also had to take stock of the situation in person. He is going to be visiting Balesore, and then Cuttack is what we know. Also, Indrajit, if you could give us an idea about how soon can we expect services to be restored in this particular stretch? It's going to be taking a couple of days. What really is the action plan? Any more details on that front?
Well, Sneha, that's true. It's going to take, it's anybody's guess actually. It's going to take a few days for entire thing to normalize, because the kind of situation that is, the tracks will have to be repaired, the electrical lines will have to be repaired. They were doing some of the repair work today. There is no electric connection in that location, and generators have been brought in by the NDRF. So there is a lot of work that needs to be done. The first and foremost work, of course, is to clear the debris, which will at least take a few more days, and then probably they will be able to indulge in repair work.
Indrajit Kundu getting us those details from ground zero at the Balesore accident site. Indrajit, What are the people around you, in fact, saying as far as the magnitude of this tragedy, the devastation is concerned? The NDRF has been sharing images of bodies getting retrieved, even from the mangled remains of the train. This is a tragedy that's going to haunt us for a very, very long time, being in fact one of the worst train tragedies that we've seen in the last decade or so.
Absolutely. You know, this image is going to haunt me personally. I've never covered something like this in my life. You know, I've seen that, massive tragedy that took place in Calcutta, where in a hospital fire, 100 people died in the AMRI fire tragedy. There have been many. I've just come back from Manipur, where there are, 98 people who have died, and their bodies are also rotting in the morgue. Yet to be handed over. But, what we are seeing here unfold, it's just, the magnitude is just unthinkable. It's on a different scale. And therefore, it's so sudden. The fact that it happened so suddenly, it's so shocking that everybody, even locals here in this area in Balesore, they are right now yet to come to terms with the fact that something of this sort has happened and has happened in Odisha. It will perhaps take a long, long time for people to come to terms with what has happened, and also it will have a psychological impact. I'm sure passengers across the country, passengers who will, board a train right now, or in an hour's time, or tomorrow, or anybody who travels on the Indian railways, they will have some amount of fear, and they will have some amount of question in their mind about safety of passengers on the Indian railways. That has always remained paramount. We've always seen politicians, rail ministers, everybody talking about safety first. How much of it has been put to work, and where are the necessary solutions is the question that one must ask, because we move from one railway accident to the other. It's almost become like a number, like a chart. And we keep, highlighting those worst railway accidents that has happened in Indian history. But what have we learned from it? At a time when we are talking about high-speed trains like Vande Bharat, we are talking about a bullet train between Mumbai and Ahmedabad. Unless we solve this very, very basic problem of security and safety, how on earth can we talk about technological marvels like bullet train is something that I'm sure many people in India are asking today.
That's right. Details of what really happened in that case, and we'll keep coming back to you, Indrajit Kundu, for more on that.